Moses, what a big weekend for the Bobcats.
You know what, they ended off 2012 on a good note. Then they picked it up here in 2013, played their first home game, and an interesting taking on Drumheller Dragons. Now Kyle Tapp, exactly, Kyle Tapp behind the bench at home for the first time since being named interim head coach for the Cats. Not too bad, 1-0 to start it off. His against the old Bobcats bench boss, Braden Crone, making his return after leaving in the offseason. Also returning former D-man Mitch Gartner, who had a bit of a temper early on, trying to get Jason Wark to drop the gloves. 3 other former Bobcats suited up for Drumheller in this contest. Gartner and Tyler Kerner both wearing the A's for the Dragons. Now it was 1-0 Lloydminster early on. Another former Bobcat, Brighton Mills, gets a breakaway but can't finish. Minutes later, the Dragons go on the power play. Mills blocks the point shot and has a gaping net and buries it to tie it at 1 after 1. Second period, Jason Wark gains the zone and fires one past Gartner, and goaltender Adam Bukaboom, home side, regaining the lead. With 6 minutes to go in the period, Eric Therrien's shot provides a juicy rebound for Colton Anderson, sets up Braden Crone, put the Cats up 3-1 heading into the final period. Now in the third, Jason Wark looking to put another one on the board, pulls off some sweet moves, but can't find the net. Moments later, Kelvin Walls will snipe one on the power play. Cats looking to start a run away with this one. That's until the Bobcats power play. Brighton Mills will pot his second of the game. It's 4-2 with 13 minutes to play. But Austin McDonald puts an end to the comeback attempt, scoring on his own rebound. The Bobcats go on to the 6-3 victory, a sweet win for Bobcat fans who saw Curran leave this offseason, but maybe less so for the actual players. Only 4 Bobcats remain from last year's squad dressed for Lloydminster, including Chase Martin, who made 36 saves in this contest. The Bobcats are on a tear right now, and more with that, here's Kyle Gallagher.
A new year, a new head coach, and a new outlook. The Lloydminster Bobcats started off 2013 with a bang, picking up back-to-back wins versus the Camrose Kodiaks and Drumheller Dragons over the weekend. Their first games with interim head coach Kyle Tapp at the helm.
Anytime you win 2 games, it's great. I'm really happy for the guys. You know, it was a tough week, so really happy that they could come out of it positive and smiles on their face.
The Bobcats have dominated the scoreboard under Tapp, outscoring opponents 11-4 over the 2 games. It's been a full team effort as 8 different players have hit the score sheet, and goaltender Chase Martin has been outstanding, stopping 65 of 69 shots. A simple game plan has been credited with the success.
You know, with only 2 practices, we had to come up with something simple that we could use that could get us through the weekend.
Yeah, it's been a lot of changes, but Kyle's leading us in the right direction. We've changed a lot of our systems, and it's been paying off.
The Bobcats have also grown stronger as a team. Despite being down a few players late in Saturday's game, they gave everything they had in a physical affair against the Dragons.
And the guys stuck together and blocked a whole ton of shots and took a whole whack of hits. We had forwards playing D. It was a complete team effort.
Well, I mean, that could have went one of 2 ways. I mean, we could have spread apart as a team and everybody been on their own page, but everybody came together and we bought into the systems that Kyle's put in place for us, and now we're just playing as a team and we're getting their positive results.
With the wins, the Bobcats are out of the AJHL basement for the first time this season and have a renewed confidence as they make a playoff push in the second half of the year.
We got a long way to go. We still believe we're going to make the playoffs, and if we get in, I think teams got to watch out.
Kyle Gallagher, Newscap Sports.
Hey, thanks, Kyle. Excellent job there. Elsewhere in the AJ, the Bonnyville Pontiacs joined the Grand Prairie Storm as the only 2 teams to defeat the Brooks Bandits. This one 4-3 in a shootout. Tyler Santos stopped 31 shots plus 5 of 6 shooters in the one-on-one, while Spencer Fu scored in regulation and the game winner to knock off the league's top team. With the NHL season finally unfrozen, a flurry of activity is underway in hockey towns across North America. Team owners and players still have to make a tentative agreement official, but players are wasting no time.
The deal may still need ratification, but some players have already put their team jerseys back on for scrimmage games. They have very little time to prepare for the real thing.
There's always a little bit of rust when you haven't been playing for a while, but you know, we've had a couple good practices here, and the last week too, it's been we've been upping the intensity.
As good as it can be without playing competitive games, I guess. So I feel pretty good.
It's been a while, almost a full year for some guys since they've been playing a game, so it's definitely tough mentally to get back into it, but the energy and the intensity is there.
That intensity will likely be heightened by the 48-game season. With just 1 week of training camps to start soon, that season is expected to get underway January 19th. Hockey Night in Canada's Tim Ormsby says some players will be more prepared than others.
The teams that had a lot of players in Europe, the teams like the Edmonton Oilers, who has had a lot of young players playing in the American Hockey League, they're going to be at a bit of an advantage.
Toronto Maple Leafs head coach Randy Carlyle says the training will do the job.
There's nothing like getting out there and participating at a high level with people that have the same skill set, the same grit and determination, and the same compete level to make yourself better, and that's what practice is. Practice is about getting better every day.
Being locked out wasn't all bad. Carlisle had the players' dressing room and lounge renovated. He chose this big limestone boulder from Wyerton, Ontario for the entrance. He says to signify team unity and strength. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.
Oh boy, that Boulder's going to have to do big things with Toronto to make the playoffs. Let's move on. After dropping a 4-2 game to the Wainwright Bisons, the Bandits were on the road again, taking on the Killam Wheat Kings. Bandits beat the Wheat Kings for the first time in 5 tries this year. The win moves them 2 points above Killam and Vermilion. They're still 7 points back of Wainwright for the top spot in the South. Elsewhere, the Lloydminster Universal Heat took on the Fort Saskatchewan Rangers Sunday. The last time these two teams met, the Heat needed 2 goals from Cole Johnson in the final minute to win it. In this contest, well, it wasn't much of a contest. The Heat thumped the Rangers 12-1 to stay 19 points ahead of them in second in the division. Moving on to the Rohan Rage. They kept their incredible run alive Saturday, edging the Spruce Grove Saints. The Rage have won 7 in a row and have not lost since November 11th. And you have to remember the team didn't win back-to-back games this season until the streak started. Very impressive. Their undefeated run has brought them now to sole possession of first in the North. Now, Lakeland College was host to the women's volleyball tournament this weekend. Now, this had several schools across the province of Alberta, along with a team from Manitoba and a pair of wrestler teams taking part. The final had Lakeland Gold face Red Deer College, with Team Gold winning in straight sets. The wrestlers will get back to work starting this weekend at home against the Nate Ooks.